So I was looking for a new Stalker mod to play. I have a list of all the projects I want to try, and the next one was supposed to be another zone mod, but I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. I decided to jump straight to the one after that, AlternativA. Was it a mistake? I'm still not sure. Turns out it's a soup mod, apparently. I mean, I should know because I literally labeled it as a soup mod on my own website, but it took me a month to write all the small descriptions for every single popular Stalker mod for this chart, so my brain is fried at this point. I forgot it was a soup. The thing is, I'm kinda cautious with soup mods these days, not necessarily because of the craziness and how absolutely wild they can be, but more because they tend to be extremely long, sometimes hundreds of hours experiences, and nobody's got time for that. If you know nothing about soups, I have plenty of videos on them, check them out, you're in for a treat. Or not, you can judge by yourself. So back to AlternativA. Looking at the ModDB page, generally when a mod has completely new nonsensical plot as a feature, like is it supposed to be a good thing, and a wall of tips like check these Russian walkthroughs because you're gonna get stuck, don't sell the dumb mummios, whatever this is, and don't touch the shadow figures in your nightmares. I mean, all of these were warning signs that I shouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole, but this guy is saying it's a fantastic mod, so let's ignore all the red flags, I guess, and dive into it. The installation is surprisingly easy, and after getting spooked by a launcher in Russian that made me wonder if I installed everything correctly, we are good actually, everything works. This is not gonna be a traditional review where I cover every aspect of the mod. I'm gonna share with you my first couple hours of gameplay, condensed in 5-10 minutes, and you will be the judge if that's something you see yourself playing or not. My full playthrough will be on the secondary channel if you want to watch the whole experience. Here will only be the condensed version, which is a lot already. So the story starts in a dream, with a big ominous clock ticking, long creepy hallways with weird looking doors on both sides, probably locked rooms in an asylum, and shadowy figures, the one we were told to be careful about, and a little girl crying. You pick up a weird cube artifact behind her and wake up in your room. For the first cinematic of the game, there's gonna be many, and unfortunately they're not translated. I managed to find the translation on a random website for that one though, and you quickly understand that the zone and this little girl have been calling you in your dreams, so much that you decide to go there to investigate. And the easiest way for a civilian to go to the zone is to enroll in the military, apparently. At least that's what these guys decide to do. You jump in a chopper and arrive in the pre-zone, a sort of staging area right before entering the zone for real, where you're gonna sign your contract to become a soldier. But as soon as you get there, this random guy comes to you and is like, do you want to report to your duties right now, or do you want to get drunk instead? So of course I decide to go get drinks first. And here is the first of many choices you will make. Basically, here is a way to choose your faction. You stay at base, you play military, you get out, it's gonna be loner, ecologist, or something else. I'm assuming the stories will be different then. I chose the drunk path though, so don't ask me too much. And here I realized that the artifact we picked up in our dream is actually real. It's in our backpack, which is the very first of a long series of weird events that are gonna happen to us. But that's it pretty much. We don't have any other gear, weapons, or anything. We meet Strelok in the bar. Bro is rambling about the zone, as usual. I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm not reading all of this. He gives us a couple missions to get started, and I decide to talk to everybody in the room. You got Mityai, who's in love with Nastya, but I'm the one that has to find an artifact for her because he's useless for some reason. There's Dry, which is a pretty funny name for a bartender that tells me I can go play football with some random guy in the village. And I even meet the mayor of the town, who wants to sell me a house, a car, and he's the one who wants these dumb mummios. Still not sure what they are, but he gives good money for them. I decide to go play football. I kick the ball with the guy for like 10 minutes, but nothing happens. I thought he would be a mission with some reward in the end, but no. Maybe I'm expecting too much from a simple task. Maybe I'm too transactional. Maybe I should just enjoy the moment and keep playing a bit with this guy. Maybe that's the message the mod is trying to teach me. I don't know. Anyways, fuck this. Let's just go find a gun. there's a drunk guy crying because he lost his wife and he's getting wasted instead of looking for her. We also meet some cool pigs, and there's Grandpa Pasha, who will give me his rifle in exchange for 2 pseudodog tails. Okay, but we need to visit a hunter called Vasi the Viper first. Okay, let's do this. The good thing is that in this area, the prison, we are not technically in the zone yet. So there's no anomalies, there's no mutants, we can travel safely, but I'm not sure how we're gonna get these dog tails. Is that Leon from Resident Evil? Well, she looks familiar too. And there's a guide that wants to guide me inside the zone, but we cannot do that yet. We were still naked. By the way, you can tell jokes to people too. They're not really good, but they do seem to enjoy them. Anyways, I find Vasi the Hunter, and he points me to a cave where I will find pseudodogs. So I need to kill pseudodogs to get tails, to get a rifle, to kill the pseudodogs. You see the issue here. How am I supposed to kill them without anything? I still go and investigate the cave, just in case, and it ends up exactly how you would expect. I decide to go back to the guide. Fuck it. Just bring me inside the zone. I will figure it out. I just did a Gamma Black Road run where you start naked. I can survive this, no problem. We walk not even 20 steps and he's like, okay, you see the hole in the wall right here? Just go inside. Okay, thank you. So I try to get inside the hole and I get zapped out of existence. I go back to the guide to complain. Oh, actually the military installed a force field to prevent people sneaking inside the zone, and I need to bribe one of the soldiers. Okay, I should really start reading what people are telling me. The grunt wants 5k to let me through, but we still don't have any money, we still don't have any gear, any weapons. I can't even say we are back at square one because we just never left square one so far. I have a mission to explore all the houses in the area to find something interesting, but after half an hour of looking everywhere, I cannot find anything. So I get a job as an Uber driver and start delivering boxes around to make some cash. Pick up boxes at the local factory and deliver them to the store. I'm still struggling a lot to understand what I'm supposed to do in this mod, but I feel like I'm making some progress. Oh yeah, and don't jump out of a moving car, kids. I even beat up a bully and his friend trying to steal my Uber money. With all of this done, I can buy a knife. Finally, some kind of weapon. That's the only thing I can afford right now. Uber is a scam even for drivers in the zone, so we'll have to make the knife work. I managed to stab the dogs to death, which went much better than expected, bring back the tails, get the gun, some extra cash, and we're finally ready to leave. I bribe the soldier, crawl into the hole, and we finally arrive in Zaton. All of this sounds nice and quick, but it took me almost 3 hours to figure out all this. Again, you can check my whole struggle on the second channel, because explaining it like this makes it sound easy. It wasn't, trust me. First thing in Zaton is of course to visit Skadosk, Svadosk, whatever the boat name is. We finally made it inside the zone and we really need some serious gear to survive now. I go talk to Beard first, and that's pretty much what he explains to me. If you go there, you're gonna die. There, you're gonna die. There, you die. And here, guess what? You die. Die. But there's a cave here with a stash and some loot and burrows. But don't think about the burrows too much and focus on the loot. Okay, cool. To the burrow cave we go then. Generally, you find snorks in this cave, which is not good either, but it's still better than burrows. Especially when you realize that burrows can walk on walls in this mod for some reason. Because having them two-shotting you through walls was not enough, apparently. After a lot of safe scumming and cleaning up the place, I look everywhere in the tunnels multiple times, and I cannot find the stash with the loot I was promised. And this will be the first of a long series of frustrating missions I come back from empty-handed. So I leave angry and feeling betrayed after wasting almost all my ammo for nothing. I still don't know who I am, what I'm doing here, who's that little girl, why there's a giant hole in the sky. The only thing I know is that there's not much for me to do in Zaton, so I kill a couple zombies on the way, some jumpy dogs, and I just go to Cordon. And here is actually when the game finally picks up. We murder some bandits, we murder some mercenaries, and we finally start to get some loot. Weapons, armors, ammo, everything we need, almost. And missions, lots of little tasks to do. We are finally having some purpose. We discover new anomalies, weird places with floating faces looking at us. We go on a sweet heli ride, find places of power that give us new abilities and whatever this is, but more importantly, I start unfolding the story a little bit. Well, it's more a lot of new questions than answers, but it feels like we are progressing very slowly. We start learning about groups of scientists disappearing mysteriously in the zone. We visit Agroprom Underground that's filled with rats and pests in general, which is pretty cool, and has a door locked that we keep seeing in our dreams, that keep getting weirder and nightmarish, by the way. And I'm gonna stop here actually, because even if I just described only 2% of the mod so far, I don't want to start spoiling too much, because it really picks up from there. Just looking at the number of locations there is to explore, you can see this is barely the beginning. And you and your trusty pocket controller, that you can call at any time to give you some tips if you get stuck, will have a very long adventure, from familiar places to completely new maps to futuristic cities for some reason. Okay, I think it's enough for now. It's enough for you to make up your mind and figure out if it's something you want to play or not. It's confusing, it's messy, it can get frustrating at times, but in terms of soup mods, honestly, it's a pretty accessible one, I feel. Even a dum-dum like me managed to progress quite a bit and not give up, and the story and places you explore really do get weird and nonsensical, but it's actually a pretty cool experience. This is not something that will appeal to a wide audience, but I know some freaks out there will absolutely love it. And if for whatever reason you want more, there's 2 DLCs. I'm not a masochist, so I didn't try them. I'm not even sure they're translated yet, but if you want them, they're here. You will find all the links in the description, and that's it pretty much. Okay, get out of here.